Week 29, Day 197, on eliminating a negative attitude. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism, by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude toward others can never bring me success. Napoleon Hill. All but a few enlightened individuals engage at least periodically in behaviors and emotions like hatred, sarcasm, envy, jealousy, selfishness, miserliness, cynicism, or indifference. Fighting against those emotions is a battle that never ends, because no matter how self-disciplined you are, those behaviors are often impulses appearing out of the blue. What you can do is to be vigilant for them, and whenever they appear, instead of letting them linger in your head, replace them with the opposite thought or regard them as mere useless distractions. It's important to note that you need to see the pleasure you get out of engaging in negative emotions and behaviors as the worst type of instant gratification. Yes, in some twisted way it's pleasant to hate somebody, use sarcasm to hurt them, or be indifferent. However, if you engage in those behaviors without any restraint, you're training yourself to not control your impulses. Is this something that will help you exhibit self-discipline in other areas of your life, or will it hurt your efforts to do so? Day 198, on your maxims. The maxims of men reveal their characters. Luc de Clapier. We've already talked about living in accordance with your principles and using simple rules to improve your decision-making process. Today I'd like to talk about a related topic, the importance of life maxims. I've already told you that metaphors can help instill a change better than any amount of specific step-by-step instructions, and so can the maxims you live by. Ponder the common statement that life is hard. If you truly believe that life is hard, then how does it affect your character? Are you going to be a cheery, optimistic person or adapt a defeatist outlook on life? How about thinking that a stranger is a friend you haven't met? Will this make you more likely to be a friendly person and develop a supportive circle of friends, or close you off to new opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals? What about adopting the maxim that everything in life is possible as long as you refuse to listen to reason? Okay, you won't become the President of the United States if you weren't born in that country, and a few other things, but other than that, would you say that living by such a maxim will hinder your growth or perhaps empower you? Your maxims expose your character. If you want to be successful, make sure that your maxims are empowering and positive. Make a list of the most important truths you live by, consciously or unconsciously, and ask yourself if they all serve you to become a better person. If they don't, discard them and replace them with different, more advantageous ones. Day 199, on your inaction hurting others. If you were meant to cure cancer or write a symphony or crack cold fusion and you don't do it, you not only hurt yourself, even destroy yourself. You hurt your children. You hurt me. You hurt the planet. Stephen Pressfield. If you can't shake yourself out of inaction for your own benefit, perhaps you can do it by having others in mind. This type of motivation is called prosocial motivation. It means taking action for the benefit of somebody or something beyond yourself, your family, your favorite charity, your community, the environment, etc. Spend some time thinking how your inaction hurts the people around you. For some people, the negative motivation they can get from such an exercise is more powerful than any words of encouragement. The guilt they feel upon realizing they're betraying their family or harming the planet can be a more enticing motivator than getting the rewards for themselves, whether they're internal or external ones. It's a technique I sometimes use to motivate myself to write. I've developed the skill of writing and people seem to enjoy and benefit from my books. If I don't write more books, I'm hurting them by depriving them of the education and possibly valuable insights that they could get by reading my works. If you're the type of a person who often cares more about others than yourself, this sort of motivation can turn you into a high achiever. However, be cautious not to overdo it. The point isn't to spend your life working yourself into the ground, forever feeling guilty that you could do even more. Strive to produce value for everyone, including yourself. Day 200, on fretting about yesterday's problems. If a ship has been sunk, Admiral King went on, I can't bring it up. If it is going to be sunk, I can't stop it. I can use my time much better working on tomorrow's problem than by fretting about yesterday's. Besides, if I let those things get me, I wouldn't last long. Dale Carnegie. So many people waste time living in the past. They feel guilty because of the mistakes they made last year, regret not making a different decision last week, or wishing they could have somehow foreseen a failure 5 months ago. What's the point? Like Admiral King says, if a ship has been sunk, it's not like you can bring it up and set sail again. If you made a mistake, it's not like you can undo it. You can fix some of its consequences, but you can't turn back the clock. Likewise, you can't change the decision you made a week ago. All you can do is make a different decision today. Nor can you foresee the future. All you can do is try to do your best and prepare for the worst. Tap into your resources of willpower whenever you catch yourself fretting about yesterday's problems. Instead of ruminating about them, think about what you can do today, right here and right now, to improve your life. Ultimately, the only control you have is over what you're doing now, so make sure you're making the right choices today. Day 201, on teaching others. Teach others what you are learning. You become what you teach. You teach what you are. When you attempt to articulate and explain a new concept to someone else, you understand it and internalize it better yourself. You only really know something to the degree to which you can teach it to someone else, and have them understand and apply it in their own lives. Brian Tracy. Here's an ingenious way to become more self-disciplined, while learning how to strengthen your self-control. Regularly share your lessons with other people. Teaching is a powerful way to make the knowledge you already have in your head become more organized and better internalized. Guess why I write books about self-discipline? Just kidding, though writing has definitely helped me clarify my ideas and better understand them myself. The next time you find yourself in a conversation with somebody who is wondering how to instill more self-discipline in their lives, don't hesitate to share your experiences or even serve as their unofficial coach and mentor. Another wonderful way to teach others is to participate in online forums or on social media sites. Teach others how you succeeded with your goals or how you successfully overcame a recent temptation, and you'll not only help them achieve their dreams, but also solidify your own success. Last but not least, if you aren't willing to teach others, teach yourself by journaling. Jotting down your insights, lessons, and conclusions will also serve as a valuable tool for self-improvement. Day 202, on accepting the worst. True peace of mind comes from accepting the worst. Psychologically, I think it means a release of energy. Lin Yutong. If you can't stop worrying, accept that the worst will happen and let it go. Having released this negative energy, you can now think of constructive ways to deal with the aftermath instead of wasting your time fearing the worst. This technique sounds simplistic, but it's actually a powerful way to escape from fear-driven paralysis. For example, if you're constantly worried that your business will not succeed and you're procrastinating about getting started, assume that it will go bankrupt. What can you do to ensure that the failure of your business won't have a big impact on your life? Make a list of potential solutions, such as starting your business on a shoestring or working on it only during the weekends, without it negatively affecting your day job. Now, if your business actually fails, you'll know how to cope. And if it doesn't, being prepared won't hurt you. In the end, thanks to accepting the worst, you can escape indecision and be better prepared both for success and failure. Day 203, on maintaining composure. Those who have accomplished the greatest results are those who never lose self-control, but are always calm, self-possessed, patient, and polite. Ryan Holiday. Being calm, self-possessed, patient, and polite are all traits that everyone interested in building self-discipline should aspire to have. Let's go through them one by one and offer some pointers on how to develop them. Staying calm means being free of nervousness, anger, and other negative emotions that can take away your self-control and make you do things you'll later regret. In essence, staying calm comes down to mindfulness and the clear logical thinking that comes from that. One of the best ways to become calmer is to engage in some type of a meditative practice. Whether it's traditional meditation, engaging in a high-focus sport, or doing something that captures your full attention, it will serve as an exercise in mindfulness and thinking clearly. Being calm is a skill. The more often you put yourself in a calm state, the easier it will be to access and maintain it in your everyday life. Being self-possessed means that you can navigate difficult situations with grace and remain in control of your feelings in circumstances in which a person lacking such an ability would lose their head. By far the best way to develop this ability is by deliberately putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. The more you stretch your comfort zone, the less future situations will overwhelm you. A person who's already been in a disagreeable situation several times, out of their own volition, will be less likely to lose their head when they involuntarily find themselves in such circumstances in the future. A person who's unable to remain patient, whether it's with other people or when waiting for results to materialize, is more likely to make impulsive decisions that will sabotage their long-term goals. You need to train patience like a muscle. One way in which you can exercise your patience muscle is by engaging in activities that require patience or by learning a skill that takes a long time to develop. Slow progress will help you develop more humility and understand that some things can't be rushed, no matter how hard you try to push them. Being polite seems unrelated to the topic of self-discipline, but there's one aspect of this trait that does affect your self-control: treating everyone as your equal. People who are impolite are in essence putting themselves above others, thinking that they're superior. This arrogance can lead them to unnecessarily putting themselves in situations that test their willpower, which carries a higher risk of failure. How do you become more polite? Easy. Assume that you aren't better than others and try to learn from everybody. It's impossible to be impolite toward a person you consider your mentor, because that's what every person can become for you when you embrace humility.